When it comes to things like PTSD and mental health, what does comedy do for the soul?
I think the PTSD is on a tier of mental health illnesses or ailments. It seems for me, it doesn't seem to be at the comedy that I do. People are in there. It actually relieves all the anxieties and fears because you're around other people who have been at Woodlands or who have gone into the psych area, or you know that what I've got, not to say it's not small, but you can come up, rise above it. The people in my comedy class that talk about the trauma and the medication. I'm not even medicated. So I'm like, where am I on the tier? And so I'm doing okay. You really realize that you're okay and you can get through all this and doesn't have to be so crushing and don't have to think about suicide, you know, the, and not to have to go there, but just by saying it, it just reverberates through my body that sometimes that you think about that, or I think about that. And I don't have to because tomorrow will come. I have a comedy class next week, and I can write jokes and I can get up there and people look at me and laugh with me, not at me, with me for a change, which is so nice. And to know that people say, that was awesome, that was good. I must tell you, I go to my class, I do my comedy, I tell my comedy in my class, my jokes. I tell them my new jokes, and I get about 10 minutes, and they go, that's awesome, Deirdre. Okay, next. The next person goes, and they're half an hour. I go to a 3-hour class to get 15 minutes. So I know I'm doing okay because I do they say, that was good, Deirdre. Okay, well, let's go on to the next person. I'm like, can we just maybe talk 10 more minutes? Because I've been here 3 hours. And so I'm okay. The comedy really makes me see that I'm okay. I have to come back next week and make some more jokes, and the class will be here and people will be here and they'll be laughing. And I'm actually going to go do some stand up on my own, maybe. I want to go and make my next leap and go to comedy nights and open mics, and I don't know, but I want to do it.
You can do it.
I confess, I'm familiar with Stand Up for Mental Health. Actually, I have another friend who is involved with that group, and I love it. It's such a clever name, SMH, which is a common abbreviation, I think, for shaking my head or something like that. It works on so many different levels.
Yes.
And it's such a fantastic idea to bring people together to develop that skill set and that wonderful way of connecting that is humor.
And you also mentioned earlier today, it sounded like to me it's purpose. You're finding purpose. Purpose helps us get up in the morning and do the work. That seems like what you have.
And I do struggle almost daily to say, why am I getting up for? Like, I could just stay and like even the night before, I say I'm not going to get up the next morning. So I plan not to get out of bed the next morning. And then when I wake up in the morning, I get out of bed and I'm like, oh, everything hurts. And I don't do the exercise, and I crawl to the bathroom. Maybe a shower will wake me up. Maybe the coffee will wake me up. Maybe. And for some reason, if I step out that door and venture out, the world just takes over and things just happen. I meet a person, I go to the library, I talk to somebody, I have a sandwich. They have a soup and sandwich at the library, the Mount Pleasant Community Center. So and then you meet someone there, and then you walk off and you go somewhere with them, or you don't. And by the time you know it, I come home at 6 o'clock at night and I go, wow, I went through the whole day. So it's getting out of bed and not having these thoughts by staying home all day. Even just walk into the garden. I see someone in the community garden and we sit and we talk, and it's now a neighbor. So the comedy and getting out of bed and rising and getting out of the head, getting out of the house is It's my
facing a challenge
purpose.
that is every new day.
Yeah, and it was my purpose to get up and get out, and my validation is when I see people and they see me, and that's my life. Validation is what I seek. Who doesn't seek validation in this world? We all want to be seen, and then the purpose is to just get through the day, and it just seems to flow if I step out of the house.
Yeah.
Go to the community centers. There's senior 411 that people can go to. There's Raven Song if you have mental health issues. They have intake. You can just walk in and say, I'm not feeling well today. Can I just talk to someone and they'll do it for you right on the spot. So they have a constant intake for people. There's the community center. There's a free beading class. There's a few free things. If you're a senior, everything is half price. Pancake breakfast is on Saturday morning. You can go to Monjon, learn Monjon. There's so many things at the communities. And then there's Mount Pleasant Neighborhood House as well in Mount
Mm.
Pleasant, which is just, it goes on forever. Everything there is free in the Mount Pleasant. You got yoga, you got that things are in Spanish and Arabic, newcomers, just singing in Cantonese or Cantonese or Mandarin. Yeah. So there's
Wow,
a reason to get up and go out. There's
you're
lots of
so
places to go.
yeah, you're so tuned in. You really know what's going on.
It's my community. I've
Yeah.
been here 30 years, and the last 10 of it, I've been doing art, putting up
Yeah.
hearts doing hearts, literally. Yeah, and that saved
Yeah,
my soul and gives me a journey.